you guys and girls doing this morning? One more time, a little bit louder. How you guys and girls doing this morning? I'll wake you up. I know it's early, but man, we are excited to be here. I know you guys are excited to be graduating today. Got a lot of cool, fun stuff in store for you today. First of all, I'd like to say a huge thank you and welcome to all the visitors, parents or siblings or aunts and uncles or grandparents or whoever you came to see or however you represent them. We really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come and celebrate with them and us today. We're going to get started by saying the Pledge of Allegiance, and what I'll do is call a few young people up here to help lead us in the pledge. So if I call your name, if you'll just come stand on this blue line and face the American flag, please, the one on the stage. We'll need Pierce Young, Jacob Mullins, Cameron Risby, Micaiah Webb, and Leah Stevens. If everyone else would please rise, we'll let these young people lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. You can be seated. Also would like to thank and recognize some of the co-workers that I have that we work together on a daily basis. There's actually 8 of the full-time police officers, school safety and education officers that get to go into the schools, all 12 of the city schools and even 2 of the private schools to teach things like DARE and GREAT. GREAT goes to the 4th graders, DARE's to the 5th grade, and they get to participate in all different kinds of school activities, whether it be basketball games or career days, stuff like that. Some of them, not everybody's able to be at every graduation, but we've got a few here today. Over here is Officer Jay Radzinski. You can clap for him. Way to go, Jay! Back in the back handing out programs is Officer Chris Williams. We've also got Officer Daniel Parkhurst here with us. And a really good friend of mine and someone that I work with the Highway Patrol, he is the state DARE coordinator for the whole state of Tennessee. Sergeant Scott Staggs is here. And you graduates, y'all recognize that other fellow sitting over here? That's Officer Bill Dry, right here at Cason Lane. And we've got some other people you'll hear from here shortly. I don't want to steal their thunder. I'll introduce them here in just a few minutes. And y'all also saw Darren running around. He'll come back out when we get done. He's old. He gets tired quick and hot, so he's got to go sit down and rest. But he'll come back out to take some picture with you guys at the end of the graduation. Just for you parents and other visitors that are in attendance, if you don't know a whole lot about DARE, just to give you a brief history and kind of what they've been going through for the past 10 weeks to be able to sit here and graduate today, they get a DARE planner, which they will get to bring home if they haven't already, so you can even look to see more in detail what they've gone through. They get to do a lot of solo work. They work in teams. They work in pairs. They have to participate in class with answering questions and filling out their journal every day and their daily planner. It's 10 weeks, which a big thank you, and I know Officer Dry will go into further detail about his time in the classroom, but we're very grateful for the relationship we have with all the city schools, especially here, Mr. Wilkerson, all the 5th grade teachers, because it takes up an hour a week for 10 weeks in a row out of their teaching schedule. But they think it's just as important as we do to give these young people the tools to say no to a drug or maybe a violence offer in the future. We unfortunately know that us as parents, our kids are going to be faced with a drug offer probably a whole lot sooner than we would like to think, especially nowadays. Some of the things that they've covered in the past 10 weeks are things like we talk about bullying, we talk about good decision-making skills and how to make a good decision, coming up with a list of options and making a choice. We talk about peer pressure, both positive and negative, and how to respond to it. We talk about being a positive person in the community, good communication skills, building relationships, just on and on the list. It's something new every week, and you'll get to hear a little bit more about some of those things later as well. Like I said, we do, if the police department and the city schools didn't work so good together, it would be impossible for us to be able to come in here and do that. So we're really grateful for the relationship we have with the city school system, and even I mentioned a couple of those private schools that we're in as well. At this time, I would like to invite your principal up to say a few words to you guys. Y'all make Mr. Wilkerson feel welcome.
Thank you, Sergeant Walker, and I want to thank the Murfreesboro Police Department and the Tennessee Highway Patrol for this wonderful program. The drug abuse resistance education is a critical piece of education in general, because you're going to need every tool in your toolbox for some of the challenges you're going to face in the future. So we are confident that you're going to move forward with the information you've received and continue to make good choices. It's a very critical time in your life as you go through this process of going to middle, into 6th grade, on to middle school and on to high school. So be prepared and use these tools that you've been given. Thank you, Officer Dry, for your great work with these young people. At this time, I'd like to introduce our speaker. You know, over the years, we've had some prominent individuals come in and speak to you regarding, as a guest speaker at our DARE graduation. Today, we're particularly honored to have someone that has been a person that's worked with Cason Lane as a PTO parent. She's a prominent businesswoman in the community, and it's my pleasure, my sincere pleasure, to introduce Mrs. Angie Morris as our guest speaker.
Hey everybody, how are you today? Does everybody know who I am? You don't know who I am? Well, like Mr. Wilkerson said, my name is Angie Morris, and I have been a proud CLA family member for 15 years. Probably, well, definitely longer than most of you people have been alive, probably. So first of all, I just want to say, when I was asked to do this, I wondered why. It was Officer Dry's fault. So I don't know why you asked me, but I'm extremely honored, because I feel like this is a really good program, and I feel like this is a very big deal for you guys, whether you know it or not. So I've seen a lot of you guys since you were in kindergarten, whether you remember me or not. Right, Parker? You remember. So I've known you guys for a very long time, and I'm obviously very proud of you. Here at Cason Lane, we are very respectful of one another. We are responsible for our own actions, and we are reliable. Have you guys heard that before? Just every morning, probably. When we get to meet a new student who walks in our hallways, we always respect them, we get to know them, and we help them become a member of our family. We are responsible for our teachers, our family, and our friends. We follow the rules, and we sometimes enjoy doing the right things, even though it's a little hard. We are reliable. We do what we say we're going to do, when we say we're going to do it, and how we say we're going to do it. In the DARE program, all 3 of my children have been through the DARE program, all 3 of them. I know that you guys learn to do the right thing and not to do the wrong thing, but ultimately it's your choice on what you decide to do at the end of the day. You've learned to treat everybody that you come into contact with the way that you want to be treated. You've learned that we don't bully, we don't become involved in gossip and drama, hopefully, and you learn to do the right thing, even though it's very hard sometimes to do the right thing. Everything that you do or don't do comes down to yourself and your confidence in yourself. You have to always believe in yourself, even when it's not an easy thing to do. Some of you are going to stay here, which I highly suggest, don't go to middle school, but that's just my opinion. I am being kicked out of the school finally. My daughter started kindergarten here, and now she's in her 2nd year of college, so I've been here for a very long time. So I've learned a lot from CLA. I've made a lot of friends, but now they're not just my friends, they're my family. So this is going to be a huge transition for me as well. So whether you stay here or whether you move on, I pray that whatever your decision is, that you continue the path that you've started. That no matter what new friends you meet and no matter what new experiences that you encounter, you be true to yourself, because that's the plan I have for myself. Like, I know that you don't think this of adults, but sometimes we get nervous. Sometimes we get involved in situations where people are not nice to us and we have to make the right decisions. So that's what I've learned from Cason Lane, that we just treat everybody the way we want to be treated. So I'm so proud of the kids you are today and the young adults that you are becoming. Your parents are proud of you. Your CLA family is proud of you. Officer Dry is even proud of you. But most of all, I hope that you're proud of yourself. I hope that you recognize the wonderful young adults that you're becoming, because once you know that in your heart, you're going to radiate that to everyone around you. The most important thing that I want to say at the end of my life is that I made a difference. Just a small difference, a big difference, but just a difference at the end of my life. If I can say that at the end of my life, I will have accomplished my goal. And you guys have the power to do that too. You have the power to change someone's world with just a nice word, a kind gesture. It's an amazing thing to do, so don't ever waste that opportunity. When it seems like everyone is trying to fit in, standing out can be a bit scary. As a kid, I was even scared to stand out because of who I really was. I was concerned and caught up with what other people thought of me. But when I got past that, my whole life changed for the better, and I started doing things, achieving things, and experiencing things that I never thought I could do. So I'm going to ask you not to fall into the peer pressure because you think that's the only way that you can fit in. Sometimes being on the outside of the crowd is not a bad thing. Looking in will make you much happier when you are who you truly are in your heart and not who your friends want you to be. So again, I just want to say extremely how proud we all are of you guys for completing this program and for your time at CLA. So whether you stay or whether you go, we're all very proud of you. And thank you so much for letting me speak today, because this was a very big honor for me. That is all.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Morris. Appreciate you taking time out of your day, and excited. I guess they're excited that you're here, but sad to see you go. Before we call up Officer Dry and start handing out the certificates, and obviously I've seen a lot of eyes over there on that table. Obviously we do have a prize table over there this morning. What we give out is we have, along about week 8, all the children have to write at least a 1-page essay. It can be up to 2 pages. And they have certain criteria they have to meet inside that essay. In order to graduate. They have to talk about how they feel about the DARE program, why they think it's important, this information that they've been given over the past 10 weeks, and then most importantly, how they're going to apply it in their own lives to make good decisions and stay drug and violence free. So those are really exciting. Of course, Officer Dry is tasked with reading every single essay, and there's probably close to 100 right here with 5 classes. And then the officer reads them. They try to rank the top 3. And that's a really tough chore, what we've seen over the years. But you'll get to hear from the first place winning essay. They'll get to come up here and read it for you out of each class. And then we'll give some prizes for first, second, third place. And also we're going to give a prize for DARE boy and DARE girl in each class. And what that is we task the students, we give each student a ballot, and we ask them to look around the room and try to identify one classmate, one boy and one girl, that is already leading by setting a good example and making good decisions and being responsible and being respectful. And when they see this young person in 5 years in high school or in 9 years graduating college or whatever it is out in the professional world, that they already think right now, there's no way that guy or that girl's ever going to get involved in drugs. Our hope and our prayer is that each one of you guys stay away from drugs. You all have the tools, whether you get it from your parents or from your principal or from your teacher or from your pastor or from your DARE officer. Just try to surround yourself with positive influences and run around with the right crowd. That's a big part of it. So we will acknowledge one DARE boy and one DARE girl in each class. So with that being said, y'all make him feel welcome. Officer Dry, come on up.
Thank you very much, Sergeant Walker. Welcome, everybody, parents, guardians, family members in attendance. Thank you for coming today. It means a lot to the kids. And all you graduates, thank you for the last 10 to 12 weeks we've gone through this DARE lesson. Y'all have been fantastic, and I appreciate all the hard work y'all put into it. Y'all been amazing. But I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talk, aren't you? I've heard 10 lessons, and I come in periodically and talk to you, and y'all probably tired of that, right? Y'all want to graduate, don't you? All right. Well, let's get on with it. Let's start with Ms. Batt's class. Parents, if you would, please hold your applause till all the kids' names have been read. That way we can hear them all.
First, I'd like to say thank you, Officer Dry, for all of your hard work. We appreciate you from the Bats Bunch in the fabulous 5th grade. And our first person is Jackson Atkins. LeJane Ahmad. Jake Anderson. Taylor Boyd. Micah Brown. Nora Carter. Hallie Cochran. Christopher Corum. Alan Davenport. Maxine de la Fuente Vasquez. Reese Hardeman. Brees Lehuilier. Bree. Sorry, I said Brees. My apologies. Chelino Leon. Aaliyah Mexicano. Angelina Philibon. Pierce Ruiz Young. Saul Santos Carlos. John Simmons. Parker Shanklin. Micah Underwood. Lane Walker. Deron Waller.
Hang on. We have just a small token of our appreciation for letting you guys come into our class, your classroom, sorry, and teach for these last 10 weeks. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Kaler's class.
All right, Aiden Brown. Alan Camerlinga. Cameron Chambliss. Jemiah Donald. Jude Hallman. Evan Hopkins.
Gracie Huddleston, Taylor Latart, Haley Longapai, Zoe McDavid, Kiana Miller, Tania Mitchell, Jacob Mullins, Colin Onivatana, Madison Raw, Demetrius Sanders, Emery Sisson-Khan Lopez, Aaliyah Timpango, Jabari Walls, Jacob Wheaton, and Colin Wilson.
All right, Miss Fielder's class.
Leah Crandall, Owen Diocalis, Tanaya Duke, Robert Dunlap, Mallory Eifert, Caitlin Forrester, Trevor Graham, Ashton Hernandez, Kivana Heron, Tyler McPherson, Brianna Moran, Alyssa Perez, Adam Rivette, Cameron Risby, Sabrina Sansavat, Braden Stanley, Natalia Tapia, Selena Vargas, Gabriella Weiss, Ellie Weeman, Kyla Winston, and Connor Wolf.
Thank you very much. Ms. Hickerson's class.
Zane Alumbrab. Alea Anderson. Angelina Araz. Mark Campbell, Dalton Elliott, Gavin Fields, Chelsea Griffin, Catherine Hall, Jalen Hicks, Logan Hurd, Daniel Lay, Amanda Lima, Connor Newton, Jaden Pippin, Lindsay Toro, Aiden Trauber, Alexis Burek, Micaiah Webb, Rio Hickerson.
And last but not least, Mr. Wood's class.
Randy Brown. Noah Butler. Casey Kahn. Caleb Coleman. Bailey Comstock. Aaron Goff. Jason Gordon. Malachi Gray. Cooper Grubbs. Ashley Lorenzana. Bryson Mathabong. Jalen McGee. Harley McKee. Priyam Patel. Ariana Pitchit Chalon Salk. Sulov Rayamaji. Ella Rose Rowland. Ethan Sorrell. Leah Stevens.
All right, I guess that's the end of it, right? No. What else is there? Oh, y'all want some prizes? Okay, all right. Well, let's do some prizes by all means. We'll start with Dare Boy and Dare Girl in Miss Batt's class. How about some Micah Brown for Dare Boy? There goes everybody. And our Dare Girl, Hallie Cochran. right, and our essay winners. This is the hardest part of my job, reading these essays and picking out winners, because they're all so fantastic. So picking out the top 3, man, that's hard. But third place, Nora Carter. Second place, Angelina Philivon. All right, and the illustrious winner that gets to read their essay, Jackson Adkins. Come here, Jackson. Jackson. Come here, buddy.
Wait, I have to read it? No. No, please.
I typed it out for you.
Please, no. No.
You don't want to do it?
No.
Okay.
I'm shy.
All right. Come here. Can you stand beside me while I read it for you?
What?
Stand right there. All right. This is Jackson's essay. In DARE, we learned about peer pressure, and that alcohol and tobacco are very bad for our health. We should not let friends peer pressure you into doing something you know is wrong, like trying alcohol. Alcohol goes into your bloodstream and could hurt all of your organs. Tobacco has more than 200 harmful chemicals and is very addictive. In DARE, we learned how to spot a bully by using the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. There are different ways to communicate. Nonverbal communication is using physical language like sign language or facial expressions. You use empathy to show that you understand how the other person is feeling. Effective listening is when you give the person your attention and listen carefully. In DARE, we learned about the DARE decision-making model. Define, identify the problem. Assess, think of answers for the problem. Respond, what is your decision? And evaluate, review your decision. You use this to solve problems in your life. I will use the information learned in DARE. I will not take tobacco or alcohol. I will use the DARE decision-making model to solve problems. I will not let peer pressure get the best of me, and I will follow the DARE rules and have a good life. All right, Miss Taylor's class. DARE boy, Evan Hopkins. DARE girl, Zoe McDavitt. Third place essay winner, Kiana Miller. Second place, Colin Onavatana. And our first place essay winner from Ms. Kaler's class, Taylor Latard.
I have learned a lot in DARE this year. Risks and consequences. People take risks all the time, and for every risk there is a consequence. Not all consequences are negative. Some can also be positive. If you take a risk that is honest and not cheating or anything negative, you will have good consequences. Bullying. Bullying is when someone repeatedly and on purpose does mean or hurtful things to someone who has a hard time defending themselves. Bullying is often done at school when somebody is different from someone else. Some kids bully because they have a hard time at home, have been bullied themselves, or they're just plain mean. The DARE decision-making model. The DARE decision-making model is used to figure out a problem. What are your choices? What is your final solution? And was it a good choice? For example, I really wanted to play video games, but I had homework that would take me a while to do. So the problem is that I don't know which one to do first, or I don't know if I'll have time to do both. My options are video game or homework. My final choice is homework. Then you would need to decide if you made a good choice. I did. So this is a little bit about what I learned in DARE.
Congratulations for that. Good job. All right, Miss Fielder's class, DARE boy, Owen Diocalis. Our DARE girl, Selena Vargas. Third place essay, Kyla Winston. Second place, Kivana Heron. And first place, Ellie Weeman.
I dare you to stand up for what you believe in. Sometimes you may have to make difficult decisions. If you are witnessing a student getting bullied, are you going to join in on the bullying or are you going to stand back and watch? I dare you to do what is right and get help from a responsible adult. I dare you not to damage your body. Smoking can cause cancer and other diseases. If you do smoke, you will end up with yellow teeth. If you drink too much alcohol, you will lose self-control and make bad choices, or you can end up dead from alcohol poisoning. Do you want to die young? Trying drugs even one time can kill you. I dare you not to damage your body. I dare you to stay out of jail. If you buy, sell, or take drugs, you are breaking the law. Do you like parties where your friends are drinking alcohol? I hope you also like sitting in the back seat of a police car on a free ride to jail. Do you want your parents to get that call in the middle of the night? I dare you to follow the law. So there you have it. I dare you. You have choices in life. Take the right dare. I challenge you to stand up for what you believe in, not to damage your body and stay out of jail. I dare you.
Miss Hickerson's class, DARE boy, Dalton Elliott. DARE girl, Catherine Hall. Third place essay, Chelsea Griffin. Second place essay, Jaden Pittman. And first place essay from Ms. Hickerson's class, Gavin Fields.
I'm going to tell you about what I learned in DARE class. I've learned that I shouldn't smoke because it's dangerous. I also learned that you should communicate the right way. I learned that you shouldn't bully, and last I learned to say no if someone asked me to do something bad. Some ways I've used the DARE decision-making model are for problems in the book. I've used it for real problems too. My friend is being bullied and I couldn't figure out if I could either tell the teacher or talk to the bully. I talked to him and everything worked out fine. That's one way I've used the DARE decision-making model. Some ways I'm going to use what I've learned in DARE is I'm not going to bully. I won't use drugs. Finally, I will help anyone that needs it. Overall, DARE has taught me a lot.
And Mr. Wood's class, DARE boy, Jason Gordon. DARE girl, Ashley Lorenzana. Third place essay, I'm going to learn from Mr. Wood's mistakes and just say Ariana. Second place essay, Aaron Goff. And first place, Priyam Patel.
There's at least one person getting bullied every day in your school. People usually do not take bullying seriously when it happens to other people around them. But what if you were the one being bullied? Would you take it seriously and take action? Bullying in any form, shape, or definition is wrong. To do a humanly act, we should come together and put an end to it. We can use a decision-making model called the DDMM to put an end to bullying. I plan to use what I have learned to make safe and responsible choices by following DARE rules and the letters in the DARE model. The letter that represents the first step in the decision-making model is D, for define. You should always consider bullying as a challenge. You should always find out what about that problem or challenge in detail so you can easily follow the next step and answer the 5 W's. Who is involved? What is the conflict? When did it occur? When did it occur? And why is it happening? Once you answer those 5 questions, you can move to the next step. A for assess. Assess means that what are your choices? You should never take action immediately without thinking in serious cases like bullying. You should always consider what your choices are and what you can do about it. By doing this, you can understand all the different choices and figure out which one is the best choice for what that particular problem that caused bullying. After you have figured out all the different choices, you can pick for the problem that caused bullying. It is now time to pick the best choice out of all of them. This leads to the next step, R, for respond. To make the best choice possible out of all of them, the different choices, you have to use the facts and information you gathered when you did the first step, which was define. Then use these to make a choice. The final step in the decision-making model is E, for evaluate. You should review your decision and ask yourself, if I made a good choice. Your choice should be benefit others or yourself. The DARE decision-making model correctly, then you will be a responsible and good decision-making model. Thank you.
All right, just a few more things before we dismiss. If I could get Mr. Wilkerson to come back up here, please. We have a little token of our appreciation for you.
Thank you.
You do. I appreciate
Thank you very much.
Welcome. And Miss Angie Morris, if you will, we have a little gift for you too, please. Let's give her a round of applause. She did a great speech. Thank you. All right, and parents, if you would, look on the back of your brochures, please, the handouts when you came in. We'd like to take this time to recognize a few of our sponsors. Murfreesboro News Channel 3, which is right here. They record all of these graduations and post them on Channel 3. So we'll be sending home an announcement with all the times and dates of the graduation re-airings. Skate Center West, there'll be a skate night. That is next Monday, is that right? Yes. Next Monday, what time is it? You know? 5 to 7:30? 5 to 7:30, thank you, Jay. Kids, you graduates, you're welcome. Just wear the DARE graduation t-shirts you're wearing right now. Parents, you're welcome to come too. There's a small fee. If you want to skate, I don't recommend it, you know. Just kidding, that's just for me. But if you want to skate, that's fine. If the siblings want to come and skate, there's like a $2 or $3 fee for that, not much. But everybody's welcome. If you want to come hang out with the kids, that's free. So that's next Monday, or this coming Monday. And thank you all for coming today, and God bless.